So the plan today is to ride towards our old favorite on the old Madras road. The sunrise there. Wow. That acceleration, that power, that is unnecessary. There's so much technology that you can have, but in a situation where you're riding in India with all these variables, how much of the technology can you really use? The motorcycle may be capable of, let's say, handling itself very well at 140 constant, but are you capable? Gyros masala. Can I taste a bit? Yeah. To see if it is. Can I go in the center?
Yes, please.
Good morning guys, welcome to a Sunday ride. Lovely morning, great weather. Rained last night, so the air is very cool. And as you can see, I'm riding the GS today. It takes a little getting used to when I switch from the Fat Boy to the GS each time. But like I mentioned in my last vlog on the GS, the way the engines run at low revs are quite similar. So apart from the riding ergonomics and of course the incredible power that you have on tap on this machine, and also because it's a shaft drive, makes it a little different, but nothing that you can't get used to in a couple of kilometers or so each time I sit on the motorcycle. Very early today I left. It's about not even 6 AM in the morning, and the plan was to basically look at all those dogs there. You gotta be careful. No sudden moves, no jerks, so you don't scare them. Let them lie. Let sleeping dogs lie. There's a phrase, right? Very true, especially if you're on the motorcycle. Look out for dogs, for their well-being and your well-being too. Beautiful, beautiful weather. As I was in the parking lot getting my motorcycle ready, taking off the covers, making sure everything is fine, I was sweating a bit. But now that I'm outside, well, all that sweat is condensed. Feels like I'm in an air-conditioned environment outdoors. So the plan today is to ride towards our old favorite on the old Madras road, towards Woodies, I suppose. So the boys don't know I'm coming. Actually, originally I was not supposed to be riding this morning, and I had a few other things, so I've kind of shuffled things around. We're meeting at our usual rendezvous, 6:30 at Hoskote toll, and today I'm going to be well on time. Sometimes I forget that I have to zip up my pocket with the keys. Only realize it later. My worst nightmare is the key falling out when I'm riding. And everything works on the fob here, so you won't be able to do anything on these machines. Fat Boy included. In that way, sometimes technology can be scary, so your backup options are quite limited. right? I remember many years ago when I first started riding my iron, and I was on a ride to Kerala, and we stopped. I was riding with the Hog, the Harley owners group, a big group that was going to Kerala for the SHR Kochi. We did a one-day morning evening from Bengaluru to Kochi, and somewhere along the way, somewhere in Tamil Nadu itself, just I think a couple of hours into the ride, we had stopped, and on the iron the keys are not here but on the right hand side, near the tire, near the front suspension. And somebody by mistake, while alighting off their motorcycle, got off in a slightly Chuck Norris roundhouse sort of a fashion, and they landed right on my key. And I didn't realize it then that something had happened to my key. When we started getting ready to ride out, and everybody was riding out one by one, and I was somewhere at the back, so when I reached for the key to crank the engine, well, half of the key came in my hand, the other half was in the keyhole itself, in the ignition. And oh my goodness, tried to get the other half out, didn't work. So what we did was, we pushed the half which was in the keyhole a little more inside, and then the stub that was in my hand, somehow got that to go a little into the ignition, connect with the broken bit that was still in the keyhole, and that's how I managed to crank the engine. And for 4 days, I mean, it was a day of riding to Kochi, a day of riding from there back. That's how I rode the machine. Anyways, let's get on with the ride. I didn't realize it, but the lights flicker when I press the horn. Another challenge though I have is that the auxiliary lights seem to come on when I switch the motorcycle on, and switching it off involves a bit of a combination, and there's no indicator here for me to learn that it's been switched off. Look at that sunrise, the sunrise there. Wow, beautiful. You gotta be careful of the buses on this stretch. Early in the morning, they just pull out of their non-designated stops like there's nothing behind them. They're a rule unto themselves. Morning market just past KR Puram bridge. And of course all the shoppers decide they want to stop on the highway, block a lane. We are the traffic, we are the chaos, we are the pain that we cause ourselves. Some Zen philosophy in the morning, but that is what it is. Beautiful sunrise. Bask in the golden glow of the sun. Beautiful. I don't know if the GoPro can even do justice to what I'm trying to capture, what I'm seeing through my eyes. Beautiful. There's something to getting up early and greeting the sun, no? Just charges you for the day. Flowers getting ready for those seeking divine encounters this Sunday morning. Bit of an early morning log jam. Stay to the left just in case there are those who don't want to stop. Bell, I thought I'd surprise you. How are you, buddy?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah.
This is a time to come.
Kaptan, how are you doing?
Time to come. There is a sense of timing.
12 minutes late. There was no message except for yours that came up. I was up at 4:30. So I didn't want to...
What is this?
Stay in that corner.
Where's your motorcycle?
Go.
Where's the tiger?
I have to go to Kripal for some function
Ah,
at 10.
you could have gotten a tiger, no? You would have made quite the entrance.
It's a Raghavendra mutt.
We'll take a picture.
This car fellow not in this guy in this picture or no?
Which car?
This car fellow.
I think we should keep him slightly
Second
outside.
picture. Stand in
Oh,
the
it's on video. 1 second.
Lovely to catch up with the boys. Always some good laughs. No matter how busy the week has been, hectic, sometimes a bit stressful too, when you step out on the ride and you catch up with the boys, well, you forget all of that. Just love the insane pickup of this motorcycle. Just love the manner in which it just that is unnecessary. Absolutely unnecessary. Fall back a bit. I can't take the noise, can't take the sound. sure how safe, but cooling certainly it is. It's very linear in the manner that it pulls. It doesn't kind of jump out all of a sudden. Today I'm trying to see if I can use cruise control a bit. The only thing is there's so much traffic around you, so many variables around you, moving parts, that you don't feel comfortable. Maybe on a stretch further down the road. For some reason today the traffic seems to be heavier. I feel like I'm riding on ring road, going by the number of vehicles all around me. Ring road on a morning when the traffic hasn't built up to an impossible level yet. When you're riding high speeds, you can certainly feel the wind buffet against you. So I'm so used to the fat boy that you really sit deep in the motorcycle, and with my full windshield you can't feel the wind, the force of the wind to that extent at all. Whereas out here, when you are in the low to medium triple digits, you can feel the wind. I mean, I just did that for a few moments, and I think it's not so much the wind from here, but it's more from the side that you feel. What I'm missing is a bit of the thump of the Harley. This motorcycle can lull you to sleep. Very smooth, and I guess if you have your cruise control on, there's barely any vibration that you feel to the handlebar. You feel minimal when you are let's say revving 6,000-7,000 RPM, but other than that there's very little feedback, and especially the foot pegs are absolutely silent. You don't feel any feedback from the foot pegs at all. I think more than the vibration from the engine, it's the wind that you can feel on your sleeves, your jacket, from the side. And I guess that's just a matter of getting used to, and also because I ride a fat boy, in that you're completely protected from the wind. Also because of the riding dynamics of the motorcycle and the fact that there's not too much feedback that you get in terms of vibration, etc., sound. If you're not careful, you can end up going quite fast on this, because the engine is super smooth and there is enough torque on tap. So right now I'm in the hundreds, the early hundreds, but I can imagine that this would easily do 150, 160 without batting an eyelid. Not that I'm going to do that, but that's the amount of power, the amount of torque that it has. So you really need to be mindful. It's not just about what the motorcycle can do. The motorcycle can do a lot, but it's about whether you can handle the motorcycle at that speed, and also the riding conditions around. I wish there was a track somewhere close by that one could actually open these machines completely and see what they're capable of.
Zero. Normal full.
Nearly 18 liters, so it's got a 20 liter where it says I can do 390 kilometers on the 20 liters approximate fuel that I have in the tank. There we are, Woodies NH75. Our most frequent riding stop. That acceleration, that power, incredible, incredible. So even like if you're overtaking and you're at 80, 90, huh?
Whenever you need power is there.
It's there. So if I want to reset this to, so this is 86, right?
I have no idea about this.
You have no idea about this?
I can try it, but I'll mess it up.
Oh, okay, that's fine then. That's the thing with this technology, it's too much, man. Too much technology.
That's my vlog that's being recorded. That's Kalyan. And you ride a fat boy. So which year is this bike? 16, okay. Same, even mine is 16 then. You got a heavy breather.
First poster I had on 95,000 kilometers.
Oh, wow.
Second one 50 completed.
Wow.
Third one. All my friends, they're all very happy to see you.
I love this color. Beautiful. See you, Kalyan. See you. Well, nice to meet a Harley rider. People are wondering if I've switched. Incredible thing that I realized today is the power that the torque on tap, right? So we had all those those trucks there, overtaking, drop down to 80, 70, 60, still on 6, throttle control, and then you just pull out. That's a beautiful thing about
60, you can aram se pull up.
Correct.
You order.
Gyros masala. Can I taste a bit to see if it is? Can I go in the center?
Yes.
To decide.
Grips.
No, I'll taste and then I'll decide now. This is good. Very nice. Will you share with me?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Strong filter coffee.
How many?
Everybody.
The coffee, strong, so sugar separate.
Sugar separate,
Very good.
strong coffee.
Well, that was a good breakfast outing with the boys here at Woodies. Today both the things that I tasted, the vade and the dosa, was quite nice. When you rev it, you can feel the engine move horizontally, the pistons move horizontally. I just use the quick shifter on this now, and on the quick shifter you basically don't need to engage the clutch. So I think when you're above 3000 RPM you can upshift, downshift, keeping the throttle steady, and just use the gear lever without the clutch. When one of these motorcycles comes up next to you, you can't hear it much, especially when you're on high speeds. You can hardly make out, unlike, let's say, the fat boy coming up on you, or one of those Hayabusas, one of those Sportsters. You can hear them. I want to try the cruise control, and that's it. So my cruise control is set now at 90. No hands, and I can basically reduce it on the lever here. Reduces in increments of 1 kilometer per hour, so you can see it drop. I guess this is also helpful in a situation. Disengaged it, too much happening in front. I just used the quick shifter to go from 5th to 6th. It was quite smooth. When I tried it the first time around on previous ride to Shulagiri, I wasn't still very conversant with the engine timing, etc. But now that I've gotten the hang of it a bit, I've engaged the cruise control now. It's pulling at a steady 106. If you want to disengage, just tap on the brake or the clutch or the accelerator. That's it. You want to rest your wrist a bit, that's where the cruise control comes in handy as well. I don't know if at a certain level though it disengages from the motorcycle to a certain extent. So it's convenient, but I don't know how often I will use it. Something like the cruise control. Disengage quickly because I saw some trucks slowing down in front. That's the other thing with technology, right? I mean, there's so much technology that you can have, but in a situation where you're riding in India with all these variables, how much of the technology can you really use? So I was asking Dacitan something about some of the modes and all that. He says, well, I don't really look at it too much. And he's been riding this motorcycle for the last 5 years, his GSA. That goes to tell you that, you know, you really don't need all of it. It's there, so it's nice, and you've got all that, all the facilities, all the bells and the whistles, but is it essential to riding? Well, not really. Bottom line is the enjoyment that you derive from the process of motorcycling. and you'll derive equal pleasure whether you're on a R1250 GS like this, or the Ducati Diavel that my buddy is riding behind, or let's say even a Bullet. And sometimes the more mechanical the bike, the, you know, there's a certain charm to it. I think where this comes in very handy is, like, for example, now I just stopped on a dime when I saw the speed breakers come up, right? So that's where technology helps you. I think from a safety perspective, I think that plays a huge role. You know, I always believe that you should never push a motorcycle beyond what it's capable of. So therefore, I think, you know, it's about understanding what your machine is capable of, and then riding accordingly in a manner that suits your riding style as well, right? The motorcycle may be capable of, let's say, handling itself very well at 140 constant, but are you capable? So I think it's a combination of both. So I think you have to be mindful of both aspects. And like I always say, it's not about how fast you can go, it's about how fast you can stop when you need to. And I think on that count, this performs brilliantly well. So that was a good ride today. Got to push the GS a bit more on those open stretches, a bit here and there. For those watching, always ride safe. Please be careful. Extremely important to ride in a manner that you will ride another day, right? Needless to say, I'm very comfortable now with the motorcycle. When it comes to refinement, I think there's nothing that beats this. Whether you're doing high speeds, whether you're doing low speeds, overtaking, really enjoying the R1250 GS. I think that's it for the ride. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to this channel already, do consider subscribing. I'll see you on the next one.